Impact of the security situation in Abia State is beginning to come to the fore. Abia State Governor Alex Otti has revealed that the gruesome discovery of more than 80 bodies in kidnappers' den in the state. According to the governor, the discovery of the market as a center for criminality was made possible through electronic equipment installed in different parts of the state. Jide, this is gory.
It is. Because whatever 80 persons, 80 human beings with their heads gone, victims of kidnapping, is a terrible thing. It shows the level of criminality in the Southeast. It shows that there is a need to do something quickly about the non-state actors taking people's lives recklessly in the Southeast, whether it's Abia or Anambra or even Imo. They've got to deal with the people. They can't be bigger than the state. They can't. Because what is the meaning of this? Is this also part of agitating for a nation of your own?
Biafra.
That you take people's lives, you then cut their heads?
Kill your people.
You kidnap people for ransom. Some of them pay you. You receive money, yet you still take their lives. What sort of nonsense is this? There is a need for the armed forces, security operatives to do a much better job than they are doing. I mean, if you can take more than 80 lives, and it must have been over a short period, it shows the level that these people have gone in terms of taking innocent lives. And look, the governor has to be supported to make much more discoveries similar to this so that we can get to the root of the killings in the market. If a market has become a place where people get killed, where people get trapped and led to their deaths, there's no need for that market to exist anymore. Shut the market, find something else to do with the space that the market occupies. This is the thing. We can't continue with this level of killings. Elections are coming. We don't even know how many people could get killed on election day. They set ablaze INEC buildings in those states. So where will INEC take their materials to? Where will they operate from? Those buildings set ablaze have still not been rebuilt as we speak. They are still there. It's still the carcass of those buildings that we have. Nobody has the right to take the lives of Nigerians the way some of these guys are doing. And they've got to put them in their place. As Wari once said, speak to them in the language that they understand. If it is the language of violence that they understand, let the armed forces visit proportional violence on these guys. You can't be killing people. This is a very frightening number of people killed and left to decompose. Come on.
As just the activities of non-state actors and even the Imo election that is coming, a lot of people are, they're apprehensive that if something is not done, we see pictures on the internet, some people parading themselves with RPG, AK-47, you just see them looking scruffy, always coming out to say, Biafra one thing, Biafra that thing.
Honestly, I'm still in a state of unbelief that this could happen. 80 headless bodies. 1, 2, 3 to 80. Not 8, not 10. What happened in a market? This is not a forest. If it were to be a forest, we can say, okay, it's a forest, maybe nobody goes there, and therefore, when they kill people, they dump their bodies there. But in a market, and because we are in a country where nothing happens, people under whose nose such things are carried out are never punished. There must be a DPO whose jurisdiction is in that area. What has happened to him? Is there a military camp or military command or whatever in that covers that area? The DSS in that area. What has happened to all those people?
What can they tell
What
us?
has happened to all those people? 80. I mean, we are in a
10, not
situation
20.
that
It has become the Obesian state of nature.
exactly, life is short and brutish. 80 bodies headless. So when they were killed, when were their heads cut off? Where were they taken to? And in all these areas, I heard that there are military checkpoints and all that.
Maybe all they do is
Are
just
they-
collect money on.
Are they accomplices in this business? What has happened? I mean, the DSS, the DPO, and the military, all those people in that area have questions to answer. And I expect that the president must take this seriously. 80 people cannot just die like that and we all
And we
fold
don't
our
even know
arms. If it happened in the US or wherever now, we will be shouting,
resigning.
hey, who, what? But it's happening right under our nose. 80 people, the DPO has not resigned. The DSS official in covering that area has not resigned, and nobody has been questioned. When did we turn this into this? That life does matter to us again.
People should
Honestly-
even my own view is that whether you are a police commissioner or
All of
DPO
them. All of
of
them.
a jurisdiction or DSS DG in a jurisdiction, you should be able to keep your job.
By your performance.
All right.
And if anything untoward, something like this happens, you know that your job is gone.
Exactly.
That's the only way people will sit up.
That is the way.
That's the only way people will sit up. I'm happy now that we have someone like Adiza Bala Usman, who is in
Who
charge of
the public
policy coordination
yeah.
for the president. Adiza's job should be to expose never-do-wells among the ministers. The ones who cannot show that they deserve the position. When cabinet reshuffle
Comes.
they should let them go. Let's find the right people who can get the job done. We can't keep people in positions when they have continually showed us
baffling.
that
It's baffling.
when they show us that they don't have capacity, you can't just keep them there.
All right.
What are they doing?
We'll take this break. We'll be right back after this break. Thank you for staying with us. In case you're just joining us, this is Journalist Hangout. Jide, they kidnap people. People will pay ransom, heavy ransom.
Yes.
At the end of the day, they will still get killed.
There was a case that I remembered. Somebody from the southeast, he went home, a rich man. He got home, they kidnapped him. Apparently, he's a man consistently on drugs. There are people like that.
Yeah.
That if they don't have access to their
The medication every day.
they have no access to their medication, they can't survive more than 2-3 days.
Yeah.
What happened? This man, they got the family to pay ransom. And these wicked souls, after they paid ransom, they dumped his corpse at the walkway of an hospital. They just told them, go and your father is so place. By the time they got there, it was the man's lifeless body. A man, an hotelier, a very rich hotelier from northern Nigeria. I don't want to, it's not a northerner, but he had hotels.
He was based in
He was very rich, just went home. There was another one that I remember who went home from Lagos here. He was kidnapped, they paid ransom, they still took his life. So this level of wickedness has to stop. We can't allow Nigeria to degenerate into something similar to Mexico, where they just take people's lives necessarily, and human heads become more or less like trophy for gangs in Mexico running riots. We can't allow our country to become like Mexico, like Colombia, because this is what we are seeing. If they can kill 80%, it's not 80. These are people with relations. Their relations will not know where they ended up. You just see them as missing persons. They've given up, not knowing that some good-for-nothing people were the ones who took their lives. I like the fact that the House of Reps is proposing life imprisonment for kidnapping. Since our governors have become so cowardly that they will not sign death warrant, they can sign for money to come out. They can sign for projects that are meaningless where they can make money, but they lack the courage to sign death warrants even after the highest court in the land has passed
Even if
death
the law is
sentence.
passed, will they sign it? That will
No,
they...
like for life, it is they don't want the life imprisonment will be. They don't need to sign.
Okay.
It is life. It is where the court says take this person's life.
punishment.
That is
Okay.
where they are cowardly.
Yeah.
The same cowardly people have they see nothing wrong in sending thugs to go and kill political enemy or agent of political enemy. But to sign death warrant
of,
for a man
criminals.
put on trial for taking
Duly put
another
it-
person's
put on
life,
trial.
you will never find them. They won't find the courage to sign. That's why our prisons
Are overfilled.
are bursting at the
Yeah.
seams with people who should have been silenced a long time ago. Don't they see what happened in the U.S.?
It's
You
very,
know,
very
if you are
unfortunate.
sentenced to death, we have not cancelled, we have not removed death penalty
No.
from
Until
our
we
body of
remove it,
laws.
then that's the only
So
time.
if they cannot, I honestly support what the House of Reps is proposing. Give them life imprisonment.
Okay, that's...
Give them, and then let's fund the correctional centers so that
Centers.
they can be able to give them more food and all that. But they should, that's where they deserve to be. They do not deserve to live with the rest of us. People can kill 80 persons, cut their heads, ignoring the fact that these are relatives of people.
who have
These are
family.
probably
There
even
was-
breadwinners of their families.
There was this raid that was carried out by the DSS. They discovered that they even have people that are cannibals among them. That they hit human beings, they roast human beings.
Of course. You see, in this kind of thing, there will be so many deviants and so many hard things that happen. Therefore, a desperate disease deserves a desperate measure. We must find out how we are going to make this thing stop. And one of the ways which I think will be effective is to make sure anything like that happens under your jurisdiction, you are going to be put on trial. Your job is gone. Your commission is gone. When they know that will happen, they will take their job seriously. It is because, there's no way the DPO, the DSS, I'm saying that all over again, responsible for that area will convince us that they don't know. And if they don't know, that means they don't deserve their jobs.
Yes. I mean,
So why is the state paying them?
What are they doing if they can kill that number of people?
Honestly.
80.
Without your knowledge?
Not 10,
That means you are complicit.
I'm tongue-tied. I'm tongue-tied. Honestly, I